Want to find out the top secrets for staging that are sure to get your home sold? Well, make sure to check out this video. Hi everyone, I'm Ugo Renze with Onyx Property Team and Keller Williams. Excited for you to join me on this video because we're going to be talking and giving great tips to this seller. We're going to be talking about staging, what is it, why it's so powerful, and why you should make sure to be investing in staging to get you top dollar. I'm a London-based property agent, and on my YouTube channel, I love sharing tips on buying, selling, and the London property market, and also on culture and lifestyle and living in this incredible city. If it is your first time in checking out my channel, I'd love it if you subscribe because I put out weekly videos that are really sure to give you the information you need about all things property related. So in today's video, we're going to be talking about staging your home, why it's so important, and how it's actually probably the most important investment you can make. We all know, whether you're here in London or in America or any place, that so many people are finding their properties online. And so we believe that the first viewing is actually taking place online, and therefore your home needs to stand out relative to the competition. As an agent, my #1 job is to be a master marketer for you, as well as to negotiate and defend the best price for you. But it all starts with marketing it. And to start your marketing, you want to make sure that you're taking great photographs. And so sometimes that might mean you need to actually stage the home. So what does that mean? That means taking a property that, say, might have started off looking like this. It's got some fantastic furniture in it, but it doesn't really create a wow effect. Simply by decluttering a little bit, putting in some fresh flowers, and taking some great pictures, we are able to transform that space into this. Here's another close tight-up shot, which gives you, again, a great view of the space, the beauty of the walls, and the details involved so that people can really start seeing it. This is me arranging those flowers at the actual photo shoot, getting it ready so that everything is perfect. As another great example, we took this bedroom, which is how the owners were using it, and transformed it into this. How simply we were able to do that was bring in some clean white bedding, decluttered a little bit. Obviously the pictures are great. We use a fantastic photographer, but also made it create a very lifestyle driven look to it. We've got another angle here which really helps the buyer envision themselves relaxing, having a nice book, hanging out on that sofa. We brought in some nice pillows that coordinated with everything and really just created a nice clean space. Here's another great example of a lifestyle shot where, again, you're just giving somebody another angle of the room and giving them a sense of imagining themselves in the space. When I talk about lifestyle shots, this is exactly what I mean. These are some tight close-ups that we're doing. This is a different flat, but you can see it's just creating those little elements of, wow, isn't that pretty? Just elevating the emotion that somebody might have. Here's another great lifestyle shot, which is just a tray, helping you envision starting the morning off with a cup of tea or breakfast in bed, and really just that sense of the beauty and the detail in the space. Here's another great lifestyle shot here, which again is taking advantage of those floor-to-ceiling windows, creating a little nook where you could read a book, have a glass of wine or a drink, and enjoy the space in the bedroom. For a garden shot, this might be a great close-up, which is again just showing the hydrangeas in bloom and getting a really nice tight shot where people can see the beauty of the garden. In another room, we took the room that was configured this way, and I was able to realign it, reposition it by changing the way the bed was positioned. It looked quite tight and cramped going this way, but we repositioned it, brought the little desk nightstand over to show that you could do it in there. We took the window blinds off, so giving a really clean, crisp look, and this space was transformed from this into this. In this room here, lots of clutter, lots of stuff in there, and we just really made a matter of decluttering it, creating a different angle. It's a great room. You can see the kitchenette now, so it's really this functional single bedroom room where it's got got the kitchenette, but by merely taking out what was in there and repositioning where we put the sofa and the chair, it creates a nice little vignette space. And this is a wider shot of that space. But did you notice something different in this shot? We've actually removed that kitchenette. How did we do that? There's the kitchenette there, but now we've taken it out. How did we do that? We actually virtually staged, and that's another very powerful tool that I've been using for some of my properties. When it's too much work, or perhaps the vendor might not want, or the seller might not want to put the expense into refurnishing a whole space, we're actually able to virtually stage it. In this case, we sent the pictures off and had that kitchenette removed. Why? Because that kitchenette is quite modular and it can easily be removed, but we didn't want it getting in the way of a buyer not being able to truly appreciate the beauty of that room. So that's what we did in this situation. In this room here, what we did to virtually stage it, we took it from this, which was functioning as a study, but transformed it into this. We made it cleaner by putting a bed in there to show that it can truly function as a large bedroom, and just removing all the clutter that people might get distracted from if they saw this version. Here's another great lifestyle shot where we get quite close in, showing that dinner table setting and really helping people imagine how nice it would be to have a nice dinner at this table. In this apartment here, we took this empty apartment. So this is a situation where I was helping a landlord actually to market a flat for rental. And we didn't know if we should offer it as furnished or unfurnished. And so what I decided to do was to virtually stage it, to take it from this to this. That way we could offer it as both unfurnished or furnished. So people could see what we'd be prepared to put in if they wanted it furnished. But this way, if somebody didn't want it furnished, they could also have it that way. And we didn't put in the expense on the front end. So again, we took the space from this completely empty to this. Here's another angle here where we took it from this to this. In this room here in the bedroom, again, it looks quite narrow, so you can't even imagine that you'd be able to get a good size double bed in there, but that's exactly what we were able to do, and we were able to virtually stage it to show people it's got a really comfortable feel to it, even with that bed in there. So again, it looks quite narrow and tight, and people can't believe that a good sized bed will be in there, but we are able to put that in and show that through virtual staging. In this room here, the master bedroom or the primary, we took it from an empty room and showing how lush and dreamy it can be, fitting everything you're going to need, including even an extra bench at the foot of the bed. Here's another angle of that room where it's empty, and now with great furnishings, including putting those fabulous chairs out in the balcony. And again, it's showing off that feature now in a way that perhaps this empty picture doesn't show, right? That balcony can fit two good sized chairs and really utilize it as part of your experience and enjoying this primary bedroom. So I've shown you some of what I can do when I'm working on behalf of my sellers and landlords, but what are the actual results that come off of it? Well, in the case of this house, we were actually able to sell it for a full asking price offer, and it's because we attracted the right pool of buyers who got excited about the pictures and saw all the incredible features and benefits that the house had to offer, including the incredible living room spaces, fantastic bedrooms, and lots of space. In the case of this fantastic luxury flat in Old Street, we were able to get a tenant in who actually does want it furnished, and I'm working on doing that to make sure that we bring her the furnishings similar to what we presented in the virtual staging. But what's great was we were able to cast a pretty wide net and get the right tenant in there who then we knew we weren't restricting ourselves. So we've gotten great results when we're staging and making sure that our pictures and photography look great to attract the right pool of buyers and renters. So given that I advocate this for my sellers and landlords, what happens when I'm actually the seller myself? Do I take my own advice? Well, the answer is yes, I do. I recently sold an apartment that I own in Washington, D.C., and I definitely made the investment to virtually staging it. Here's what the flat started off like. It was a rental. We painted it some bold colors 10 years ago, and it certainly functioned as a great rental. But when we decided to sell, we realized that we really needed to kind of upgrade it and freshen it up. So we took it from this to this by staging. Again, spent the money to have a staging company come in, but really helped create this beautiful open lounge, dining, kitchen space that functioned really well. Here's again one of the before pictures, and then here's an after picture, creating a much bigger dining area that people can use for entertaining, and with that glass table, still creating a sense of light and space. Here's another finished angle of the property, showing how beautifully the big, larger furniture does work in this space. In this bedroom, we took it from this to this. And again, showing you how much more you get in that space than you think you would otherwise. It looks quite narrow and you're not really sure that you're going to get a proper bed in there, but you get a bed, nightstands, and much more into this space. Here's, I don't have pictures of the before, but we took a landing space at the top of the stairs and created a whole separate room, if you will, by putting this piece in here as well as this piece here. So again, showing how great you can utilize and create extra room space than you would otherwise. In this area, we created a nice nook that's showing a good full-size desk to be put in there and making it a really comfortable space. And finally, here's what one of the other bedrooms looked like by staging it, by putting in some beautiful furnishings and really helping a buyer get excited. In this situation, I was absolutely thrilled with the results. We were competing with 2 other units in the building, all priced slightly differently, and ours sold first, although those other ones were on the market longer. I think I got an offer within a week of posting it, putting the listing on, and we got above asking price. So if you don't think that the investment in staging will pay off for you, trust me, it will. If your agent is advising you to freshen up, spruce up, declutter, and maybe even take the time and investment to paint and fix those rooms up and reconfigure them, do it. You're going to get the results. And maybe it doesn't always result in getting extra money, but it actually could result in you selling quicker, and statistics do show that. So what did you think of this video? Have I given you some good tips on how you too can stage your property to make sure it gets sold? If you have any questions about selling or thinking about selling, make sure to get in touch, because I can certainly point you in the right direction or see if I can help you directly myself. And if you want to know more about selling, make sure to check out some of my other fantastic videos on my YouTube channel, where we feature lots of tips for sellers as well as buyers. Thanks so much for watching. Make sure to check out the other videos on my YouTube channel, where I share great things about the London property market and living in this incredible city. So that's Ugo Arenze with Onyx Property Team and Keller Williams. Bye for now.